Now let's look at what is 人. When Yan Hui asked, "What is 人?" Confucius replied, "Curb your ego and submit to Li." It is required that the man of Ren, in all his behavior, never deviate from the prescriptions of Li. This is a body of objective prescriptions of behavior, which has been transmitted by a long sacred tradition. How is that possible? It is, of course, beyond human capacity to achieve such a demanding task. However, what Confucius is concerned about is not an empirical issue, but a philosophical issue. Human being is not an accomplished being, but an existential being. Meaning of our life derives from the existential sense that comes up in the process of becoming. This is a process of moralization. Curb your ego and submit to Li are two dimensions of the same process of moralization. On the one hand, the correct performance of Li presupposes a sustained inner effort to overcome those evil impulses which prevent the performance of Li. On the other hand, through the established channels of Li, one's inner self-mastery makes itself manifest to society and lead within to the higher moral excellence of Ren. At the age of 70, Confucius claimed that he had arrived at a point where he can follow his heart without transgressing what is right. This is a picture of what a man of Ren is supposed to be. This is the ultimate state of ritualization or moralization, humanization, civilization. What comes out is a ritual being, a moral being, a social being, and a human being. Although Confucius asserted that a man of Ren is without anxiety, he stated elsewhere that he himself can attain neither a complete absence of anxiety nor an absence of perplexity. This is evidently a case of what ought to be as opposed to what is. Nevertheless, in an existential sense, what ought to be amounts to what is. At any point in the process of moralization, a man of Ren is disposed to a more moralized living. This disposition does not come from moral requirement, but is intrinsically built in the character of the man of Ren. Life, in essence, is a process of moralization. There is nothing more intrinsic than the process of moralization. A man of Ren is without anxiety because he is on the road of moralization all along, although he cannot rid himself of the unhappy feeling. Confucius told us that a noble man is not to resent the fact that no one knows him. He also told us of his enormous admiration for his favorite disciple, Yan Hui. I quote, "A handful of rice to eat, a gourd full of water to drink. Living in a mean street, others could not have endured this distress, but Yan Hui's joy remained unaltered. End quote. He said of himself, quote, with coarse food to eat, water to drink, and bent arm as a pillow, joy can be found even in these circumstances. Riches and honor acquired unrighteously are to me as a floating cloud. Unquote. He described himself as follows, quote, he is simply a man so eager to learn that he forgets to eat. In his joy, he forgets his sorrow and does not perceive that old age is at hand. End quote. All of these passages refer to certain sustained attitudes that a man of Ren is to have in his self-cultivation.